Hey, welcome to the North Idaho Experience Podcast for the people of North Idaho and those who are North Idaho curious. We specialize in helping conservative families find their freedom in North Idaho. Today's episode is a special guest, Taylor Cavanaugh, former SEAL, former French Foreign Legion, current coach. Dude is super energetic and a very motivational person. I got a lot out of this episode. Eric and I sat down with him and talked for about an hour and a half. So enjoy. We killed a bottle of Blanton's on the way. Just a great episode. So jump in, you guys. Lots of great stories here. Lots of great information and very motivational. Let's go.
Dude, that's a sick coin, man.
Yeah, they did a good job. It was a retired senior chief buddy of mine.
Wow, that's badass, dude.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
He did a good job.
Very cool, man. And that's a worthy cause, man, because I'll tell you, personal experience, that stuff can kill you, bro.
Oh,
man.
Fucking bad.
That took me down a bad hole.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, that took, after the teams, bro, I was in civilian world and I was doing fentanyl every day.
No shit.
I fucking went tits up like 3 times, man.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. Because I was taking opiates and people were like, oh, I got in a car accident. I just like because it made me fucking feel good.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like doing this shit all day. I was pitching I was working for a venture capitalist. I was pitching decks for millions of dollars. I was working in a high rise. And at night, I would just a little bit. And I would do emails until 3 a.m. and work my dick off. But I found it kind of like, I don't know. But, dude, I thought I didn't have a problem.
Yeah.
Until my life fell apart. And
Right.
then I was left holding the pieces, homeless in my truck, dead serious. And I'm going, what the fuck happened, man? I had no more money, no title, lost the job, of course. Everything, the girlfriend's gone, house is gone, everything's gone. And I'm going, damn, dude, that shit had its hooks in me. And then it's like, I got to get off this shit. And I did. And I just white knuckled it. And I legitimately thought I did not have a problem until I fucking stopped. And I went, holy shit, dude. A whole week I didn't sleep. Had to take myself to the urgent care. And I was like, look, man, I'm a former Navy SEAL. I've dealt with sleep deprivation. I was like, I'm like maxed out right now. Like joints were swelling and I was dealing with some shit. And I was like, dude, I don't even want a narcotic. I just wanted like some Ambien or something to like just sleep for a few hours. And he did. And I woke up and I never touched shit since. But dude, it was serious. It had its hooks in me, dude. That shit is brutal.
See, did you think about trying Ibogaine? Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah,
we have a lot of guys go down to Mexico and stuff. I felt pretty good about my healing and stuff. I'm not opposed to it. I've done some psychedelics and stuff, but I'm like,
just fucking raw dogged it instead.
I just raw dogged it, dude.
Yeah, but that's eye opening, man. I mean, a big part of that team's mission is we'd go educate in high school because we all remember like Dare, and Dare was bitch made, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was bush league. Kids didn't learn. It was just somebody up there that never touched drugs.
That's
talking
a big
about
part of
how
my
drugs
childhood,
would
bro. How dare you?
Yeah, but it was ridiculous. So I like going to high school and talking to them about pills. I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
Like the consequences now are so much different than when we were kids. And
Yeah.
hearing somebody with your background talk about how hard that was to come
Bro,
on.
it's the hardest thing one of the hardest things I ever did.
Dude,
I can't imagine.
It alters your brain chemistry, man. We were never intended to ingest a substance like that recreationally. It's 50 times more potent than heroin.
Yeah.
It mimics dopamine, so it damages your pleasure receptors. So people that do it for a long period of time, when they finally get right, they can't be happy. Like they have to relearn and retrain themselves.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, man.
What you're just realizing is that Eric nerds out over this shit
Dude,
more than anything in the world.
God,
he loves when people bring up opiates.
Well, also, dude, it was with the kids nowadays. They don't understand, dude. Like, I mean, the tip of your pinky will put a man down.
Yeah.
You know, and I did a few times, man, and it was like something substantial, and it's not like smoking a little weed and I got high, dude. I mean, you'll die. It's not.
Yep.
It's not something serious. And unfortunately, dude, we've had a lot of guys die. A lot of friends have died. A lot of people along the way.
Do you think? Because I'm like you said. I take, the pain pill. I have surgery or whatever, and I take the pain pills. They make me feel good.
Yeah.
Like, it scares me a little bit. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, they make you feel good.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, and it's almost like, it's like, I don't like to say antidepressant, but it makes you feel happy, man.
100%.
Man, you're like, man, that's kind of what it did for me. And it was like, just a little bit, and I was still working, and I was still going to the gym and doing all the other shit. That's why I could lie to myself, which is like the worst lies you tell. I'm like, dude, I don't have a fucking problem. I'm crushing it. Until it fucking crushed me.
Right.
Which it did.
Yeah.
Dude, I had one of those experiences, man, where I got, it was like a liquid hydrocodone. It was like a Hydromex or whatever it was. And it was for something that I had. And it was back when I was still on active duty, but I had a prescription for it, right? and hung on to it. And then just one night, I was like, maybe I'll just try this.
Yep.
And it was more than what I was supposed to.
Yep.
Loved it.
Yep.
And
throw
then
a couple beers in the mix.
Yeah, throw a couple beers.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, dude, this is actually. And then it goes, we'll do this every Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly how it fucking starts.
I can see it, and that's why I tell people, man, opiates above all else, that'll reach out and grab anybody.
Dude,
it doesn't give a shit where you came from.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit about your background. Doesn't give a shit about your socioeconomic status.
No, it doesn't care how hard you think you are either.
Yes.
I heard somebody say this, a heroin addict, dude. He was a hardcore dude. Got out, got clean, got right, got rich, did a lot of shit. And he goes, let me tell you something about heroin, opiates, whatever. He goes, nobody rides off into the sunset. Nobody. He goes, you're not the one guy that's going to ride off into the sunset with a heroin habit. He goes, or opiate habit. It doesn't happen, man.
No.
Nope.
Wild. Dude,
first dude I ever arrested, it was heroin. Yeah. I still remember his name. I won't say it because it's weird, but yeah.
When you were doing highway patrol shit, like, I mean, how does that work? You guys are just patrolling the freeways.
No, so it depends. If SoCal, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm asking because I was curious about that. Actually.
I started up in Humboldt County.
Okay.
Fucking rural dope country, right?
Yep.
And so we were back in the sheriff's department. There was no PD where I worked, so it was just sheriff's department and us. So we're all rolling the calls together.
Yeah.
So CHP,
I see what you mean. So
it's basically a state trooper. Like you got jurisdiction anywhere.
Yeah.
But depending on where you're, like the dudes down in LA or whatever, they're pretty much just free.
Yeah, and they're dealing probably more like narcotics transports.
They're probably just dealing with like bullshit crashes all day long, which sucks.
Yeah.
Like Humboldt County was a lot of dope, heroin, meth. We didn't have fentanyl back in that day, but a lot of that. And like routinely pulling people over with 20 pounds of processed marijuana.
Yeah.
And I remember I was
You're like you can't even hide that shit.
Yeah. And this was back when it was actually legal.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I would show pictures to the guys when I transferred to Oroville. I'd show pictures and they'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, it was every day, just bags of weed. And then they'd have like $5,000 under the floor mat every truck you pull over. Just fucking normal day.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this on after we saw each other today at the house, which we'll get into, man. But I mean, you had to have a full reinvention of yourself, kind of, which is something interesting. I mean, same thing when you go from police work. Yeah. And then you go into real estate or something. I mean, it's fucking, I was like, dude, that's scary. You know, you got a family and now you're fucking, the paycheck stops and now you got to earn that shit.
Working for the government, you show up and you have a pulse and you don't commit a felony and you got a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. And then you go to this world where
you hunt and kill.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary.
Yeah, it's a totally different fucking ball of wax.
But we talk about this all the time. Like, you do any of these jobs, what you did, what we did, you know how to communicate with people. Yeah. Communication is how we stay alive.
Exactly.
And if you can do that and hustle and show up, like, fuck, dude, you're going to beat out 99% of the people.
Yeah.
Some of it's weird, man, because it's one of those jobs, and you know this all too well. You get wrapped up in your own image is with that profession.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right? So
that's a lot of what I talk about.
But then when you distance yourself from it or you step out, then it's like, all right, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it takes you a minute to go, well, I'm all of these things that don't have anything to do with how I put food on my table.
Yeah.
These are the things that make me, right? And it's better if you can do that before you separate.
Yeah.
Help reprioritize a little bit, but that part's a little bit tough.
Well, we're in echo chambers. Yeah. Like doing those things. We're in these communities. Who are you hanging out with? Guys that do the job.
Exactly.
That's who you're talking about. When you go to the job, you're talking about the job. You're doing this. Yeah, you're with your family, but it's just you're in an echo chamber. Dude, when you're not the badge, you're not the uniform, you're not the pin, the tab. Yep. It's not you. You're like a culmination of your daily habits and your morals, really. Yeah. That's all you really fucking have. And so it's important to identify that early. Yes. I was lucky I got a chance to do two military transitions, and I wasn't going to fumble fuck the second one. Yeah. Right. You know, so I knew what was coming, which was super fucking helpful.
Okay, so it must have been real hard coming out of the teams. Like coming out of being a cop, you spend a lot of time with the guys, but you're not 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like you're with those dudes 24 hours a day. Correct?
Yeah, I mean you're still, pretty much. We were living in town. I mean, we had a pretty normal fucking life.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Like, we had a pretty normal life. Yeah, we trained a lot, but I mean, we all lived separate. Guys had families, and we're in, because we didn't have barracks and shit like that as team guys. Like, that was from even during SEAL qualification training, we were living out in town. Like right after fucking we got finished buds.
Okay.
You know, at that time, which we had a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
we got the SO
sweet.
thing, and we were even in SQT. But that, we're deployed, and there's those times and stuff, but guys scatter. And so I thought we had a pretty good, when we were actually working at the team, I mean, we were working, training, going home and shit like that. So we had a little bit of that separation.
Yeah. Okay. And then I had buddies texting me like, hey, ask him this about French Foreign Legion.
Yeah,
dude.
send it.
How do you make that transition? Were you one of the first guys from the teams to make?
I was the only one.
The only one.
I'm the only one to ever do it.
What fucking?
Maybe there's some old Vietnam guy that nobody knows about, which I don't doubt one fucking bit. Like I would love to talk to him.
Old frogman teams.
Yeah, I mean, I do not doubt that one fucking bit.
Did you jump right into it from the teams?
So I got out, and this is when I went into residential real estate development, actually, because real estate's actually like a huge fucking interest for me. I've been interested in it since I was a child, bro. Like poring over real estate, man. I've just always been interested in that. And so I got the right contacts, the country clubs, through the SEAL teams, and talked to some owners. And so I sat down, and we were on a huge project. I walked out of the SEAL teams, walked into this project. It was a $750 million development called Askaya down the largest private residential developer. So I was a supervisor, assistant, and just, underground trenching, doing the whole fucking thing. And I really liked it.
How old were you at that time?
20. I was 31.
Okay. How long were you in the teams?
7 years.
Okay.
So
did you get on older? Were you older when you got on?
Yeah, I had finished college.
Okay.
Then went in.
Okay.
So it was great. I fucking really liked that job. And then marijuana became legal, and an opportunity came up where it's like, hey, we can start a distribution company and build out a facility and do all these things. So I went into that as their chief security officer. But during that time, I really my habits kind of slipped. I'm like, man, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Like I wasn't really training for anything. So I was like, hey man, I can go to the gym and sip on my vodka, and so that just kind of slid. And so that was 2 years. Okay. And then things collapsed because my fucking habits were dog shit. And then I went in the Foreign Legion because I'm like, all right, I got no kids.
How did you even know about it?
I knew about it from probably as a child, just from being interested in the military, and it was a foreign fighter unit. And then became more aware of it because I had a bunch of misdemeanors through college. Drunk in public, fucking DUI, driving on suspended. Nothing terrible. I'm not pushing grandmas in the street, but just dumb knucklehead shit. Yeah. But it was enough to where I had just a checkered background. It was hard for me to get in the military. So I got turned down by the Army, the Marine Corps, and then the Navy was the only ones that would take me if I could pass the SEAL screener because it was just so fucking hard. So they're like, dude, if you could like wrangle shit or be a Navy SEAL if you could pass all this shit. That's pretty much what they told me. So I was like, all right, well, that's what I want to do anyway. So that ended up working out well. But it was in that process where I was getting turned down, where I was fucking scared, like, man, what am I going to do? That's when I researched the Foreign Legion. So it was always kind of in the back of my head.
Okay. And then how do you just call them up or what?
There's no phone number, bro. There's no call. The only way to do this, and people that don't know, it's a 200-year-old institution that was created by an old king in France to get foreigners out of his bars and back onto the battlefield without like the political pressure of having French coming back in body bags. With the carrot of French citizenship. So it's modeled after the Roman legions. Like if you foreigner, you can serve your time and then you can get French citizenship. So they have a ton of Eastern Bloc guys from Nepal, Africa, the guys that really, they want that European citizenship. Yeah. It's good for all the countries.
Life-changing.
Bro, life-changing. And so guys will go do that. But I was just going for the experience, and yeah, man, it's you just got to go knock on the fucking door. There's no other way to do it. It's like the Wizard of Oz. You go with a bag and your passport, man, and you bang on this fucking iron and wood gate, dude. I can't make this shit up. And the guy opens the door. He's got a gun, a FAMAS or an HK, whatever they're carrying at the time, Green Beret, and he'll tell you to fucking give you your passport and get up on the pull bar. And then you just got to do your fucking pull-ups, and if you do enough, then you start the process. No shit. They select about 1 out of 15 guys that come to the gate actually go to boot camp. The teeth. It's psychological evaluation, Interpol background checks. That if you have any sexual crimes, any of that type of shit is fucking no-go. Okay. So you get chopped really fast. I mean, if they don't like how your fucking legs are shaped, they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Do you have any clout showing up as a team guy?
I brought my DD-214, so it didn't hurt. Just because I at least wanted to give myself a little bit of a fucking angle. They knew who I was. But I got a little extra love because of it too. I wasn't waving the flag, but I cleaned a lot of extra toilets, man. I'll tell you that right now, dude. For sure.
Every team's like, oh, you think you're something?
Hey, okay, Navy SEAL, come clean this fucking toilet, man. I heard that in a Russian accent a lot. Seriously.
What's the physical standards there? Are they pretty intense compared to where you came from?
They fucking love running, dude, which I think it's for the enemy. Yeah. Running's for I hate
That's
running,
a good way to put it.
It was the worst thing I was like on the line in SEAL training. I'm not a great runner. I can do it, but it's not my forte. And the Legion specifically is renowned for running. And the French military in general likes light, low security, traveling fast. That's just how they do it. And the Legion's elite in that capacity. But pull-ups, push-ups, the actual physical standards to get in are pretty simple. They're not anything that to like write home about. But once you're in, it's pretty substantial. I mean, you're running 5 miles every fucking morning in the rain, in the snow. They don't give a shit. You got some Romanian, he's like, all right, let's go. These guys are tough, dude.
Yeah.
Super fucking hard.
How many are there total?
7,000.
Oh, shit.
7,000 across the world. So, and they're scattered.
That's a
But
bunch.
you have a lot of Tahitians, guys, because they don't have their own military until French. Tahitians, South Africans, 150 nations are represented. So it's Mongolians, Thai.
Shit.
I mean, just in my graduating class, we graduated about 48 or 50. I mean, Chad, Cote d'Ivoire, bunch of South American nations, and Colombia, Venezuela, one Canadian, one American, and one French person. Not very many Western nations, and all the rest are Ukraine, Nepal, Romania, Hungary, all those countries.
Okay. What's the general mission of the Foreign Legion?
That's a good question, man.
Because I'm like, you don't hear about them out doing things, really.
Yeah, so 26 nations in Africa speak French. A lot of people don't realize that as their formal language. So France had their little piggies down in Africa quite a bit, and they're still down there.
Okay.
So it's a lot of security. So we would do a lot of we would do some police work. Surprisingly enough, it was a different mission set. We'd work with the police in France. So we do anti-terrorism, domestic missions, and patrol interior of France, which was interesting. Like on the Riviera with an HK-416.
And is it?
But also external.
Is it a private organization or is it?
No, it's a
French?
formal branch of. I would say it's like the Marine Corps.
Okay.
It's very similar to that. Very tight on haircuts. Tight on. You can no tattoo regs, but you better have your fucking haircut right. Yeah. You got dudes from Russia like faces with tattoos, but their haircut better be fucking on point, man. And their boots better be shined. They're very strict about the formality because it's French officers from the academy. It's like a kind of an elite position in the French army to be a French Foreign Legion officer. So French officers, all foreign guys at the bottom. So it's a very interesting dynamic in that capacity. But also a ton of work in Africa, security, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, all those places. And like where I went was South America. We did deep jungle operations in French Guiana, which I didn't even know going to France. I didn't know France had territory in South America. Yeah. They absolutely do. There's a lot of fucking gold down there and a lot of oil. And that's why they're down
Which
there.
is why you were there.
Yeah, it was an old penal colony. And so we'd patrol the jungles, man, and pretty much just destroy these like illegal gold mines quite a bit. I was pretty shocked at how many there were down there, but it's the Brazilians crossing the border and they'd build these little cities pretty much. They'd have brothels and we came in one like little town. They had a fucking karaoke bar built in the middle of the jungle, dude. Yeah. It had a disco ball. I'm like, where am I, dude? Where am I? But that's what's going down there.
So how do you guys communicate as a team? Everybody's coming from different parts of the world.
That's a good question.
Like,
yeah.
How is there a primary language? Did you need to learn French? Do you guys do a lot of nonverbals?
So a lot of nonverbal. French is mandatory. I knew fucking zero French going there. Most guys know zero. So everything's done in French. From pretty much your get-go, you have to be fluent in French. You'll learn French by fire. Yeah. They'll make sure you know.
Yeah.
It's extreme immersion. So now, guys, how comms are dog shit and they always imagine doing it with shitty French and everyone's speaking shitty language. Imagine things get complicated, but they've done this for 200 years, so they kind of understand. I mean, they keep things very simple, a lot of hand signals, a lot of movements, but guys start to pick up, the French over time, but it's all in French.
Yeah.
What is the level of skill compared to coming from the SEAL teams?
That's a good question. It's definitely not as good, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's special forces to highly trained infantry,
okay.
Right? So it was going into infantry boot camp. A lot of people, the French Foreign Legion is not special forces. It's infantry. They do have specialty units, right? I would call them like highly trained shock forces. They're more elite units in the French Foreign Legion are like Rangers.
Okay.
That's how I would associate it. They don't like take and hold and embed in villages and shit like that. They'll go hit a target and come back. And some of those guys are pretty shit hot, some of those units, those commando units. But most of it's just security missions. I was at the mountain regiment, just like a mountain infantry regiment. So we did a lot of shit in the Alps. Also demolition specialty. That's why we were down in the jungle. And man, we also did some shit on the Russian border with the UK and NATO and did some other stuff. So there was some cool dynamic nature to it just because the mission set's so different. But the United States military, I would say the training, just because money. It's fucking expensive to shoot, dude. Like, think about how much money it is to shoot rounds. And even for police departments and shit, that's usually the barrier that keeps guys from training is how expensive it is to shoot. And so it's the same shit in the Legion.
Okay. Are they involved in combat with that in the?
They'll do direct action, like in Mali and shit. Just if shit's popping off. They sent guys to Ukraine. What's interesting piece of the Ukraine war was 10% of the Foreign Legion was Ukrainian. So, I mean, a fucking massive percent. Most guys, I checked into a combat company that was 70 guys. Dude, like 25 of them were Ukrainian. When I showed up, and I was like, oh shit, these guys are all speaking Russian, dude. I learned a lot more Russian than French at the beginning, which was unique. I was like, damn, dude, but good dudes. Very strong, very good, well-bred human beings. They're just strong.
They're fucking hardy, right?
Hardy, man. And when that war kicked off, France did something interesting. They said, you guys can go pick up your families and bring them to France. They sent them on bus. You can go for 2 weeks. And some guys just stayed and fought. Right, some guys never came back and just went and fought. So there was just a lot of big desertion piece on that part because they just broke their contracts and went and fought, which I understand. So it was very interesting, the geopolitical environment of the Foreign Legion, just because it's so many different cultures.
And they almost had to anticipate that, right? When you go back and all of a sudden your homeland's being attacked and your family's being attacked. And part of the reason they went to French Foreign Legion, I'm sure, was to train and gain a lot of that development and knowledge that they wouldn't have otherwise got in their own country.
Oh, dude, good. That's a really good point because I talked to, I'll give you an example. There's a Belarusian guy from Belarus. He was a captain in their special forces. But we forget, because America is so warlike, a lot of countries don't do external operations. They're not in conflicts all over. And so he was like, I want to get my experience. And even as a captain, as an officer, he was getting paid $900 a month as the top of their special forces. So he was tripling his pay just going to the Foreign Legion. A lot of it's pay. Right? A lot of these guys are on the pragmatic sense. Dude, they get a passport. They're tripling their pay. For an American, it's dog shit pay for us. I'm making $1,500 a month living in a barracks. Dude. But for the Brazilians, they're going home making it rain. They're crushing it. They're making like 3 times the police salary. And a lot of these guys were former cops. A lot of these guys were former police officers, former military guys, and because it's a huge upgrade for them. Yeah.
Wow, what a crazy. I didn't know any of this shit existed.
Dude, nobody does. And why would you? But it's just because it's not very common, and it's a super small sect. Why would you know? I mean, I barely knew about it, and I actually went and fucking did it. It's like I was learning shit fucking out of a fire hose.
Go knock on the big iron door, Seth.
I'm
you
curious,
man.
Yeah, it's a trip,
fucking
dude.
Hogwarts. I'm gonna show up there and see what's up.
Yeah, it was a trip, dude. But it was cold, man. A lot of cold. It was just. Their little farm. I remember I had a lot of second doubts about what the fuck I was doing, man. I was 34, bro. So I was no spring chicken, dude. I was like restarting, talking about reinvention. I was like looking up at planes. I remember this specifically. I'm at the farm, freezing my balls off in the French Pyrenees, dude. And I'm looking up. I'm with 18-year-old kids and stuff, and I look up and there'd be a plane flying. I'm like, oh, I don't know where they're going. Bro.
I wish I was on that.
Maybe they're going to Tahiti, man. Take me, bro. I was just like, damn. But it ended up working out well because it ended up being a cool story.
How long were you there?
4.5 years.
Fuck, that's a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time.
I mean, try it. You fucking did it.
Yeah, it was a long time, man. And when it was done, it was done.
How many countries did you go to while you were there? Do you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I deployed to 2 or 3. Then, but mostly, what's interesting? I didn't have a fucking passport. They took my passport. I didn't get it back for 3 years. It's a requirement. They gave me a fake name, a fake fucking.
What?
Everybody operates under a fake name. It's required.
What was your name?
Trent Clayson.
That's kind of,
So yeah, I sound like a fucking like a ranch hand. Yeah, ranch hand in Montana, dude, or something. But they give you a fake name. It's just like, I don't know, a historical piece of it. And you, after about 2-3 years and a deployment, and then some additional paperwork, and you get they do some more checks on you. You can get your passport back, your real name back, and they call it regularization situation militaire, and regularize your military situation, and that's what I did. Okay. So I got all my passport back, but then it's only then can you take a fucking vacation.
Oh, you're there
the whole time. You can't leave France. The only time you can leave France, I have a picture of it too. I had a French official passport that I can only leave with, with the military, but it had Trent Clayson, fucking French official passport. It's a weird legal status, man.
Do you get to keep it when you leave?
I fucking wish, dude. No, they don't even let you hold on to it that long. They're like, hey, take this, show it to the fucking ticket guy, and they're like, give me it back. That's how it goes.
Did you get citizenship or what?
No, you can though. Okay. That's actually really good.
You could still, or
no, I can't. I could do it. You got to serve an additional contract, which I wasn't going to re-up. Yeah. So you got to do an additional contract and then take a test, and then you can do dual citizenship. It's kind of complicated. It's not as like clean cut, but I had no desire to do that.
Is France cool? Like, would you live there?
Dude, no. Okay. France is fucking complicated, dude. France. A lot of people don't know. Well, I was there. I was living in like Marseille, kind of near the beach. It was nice. Fucking, I love the Riviera and like walking. I love that side of it. And there is like a small freedom and like. You can drink a beer on the beach. Nobody fucking cares. Stuff like that's cool. But they have such an issue with immigration, dude. Marseille was the most dangerous city in Europe when I was there. Dude, they'd fucking light cars on fire and shit. The cops they drive around these little teeny like podink cars. They don't have fucking serious. They do have some weapons, but the Algerians got AKs, man. They're firing them off at night and shit. There's whole areas of Marseille that are completely cordoned off. The cops don't go. They completely, it's lawless. Fuck. And I had no idea going into that. I flew into Marseille thinking, man, I'm in France, dude. This is going to be like whatever. It looked like Detroit. Dude, just graffiti over the walls. Really? Like, it was like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Parts of it are affluent. Parts of it are very nice. And then there's some seriously, like, dense parts, man.
Is that like the Arab immigration that I see on the news? That
dude, they have a huge assimilation issue because France was so imperialistic. They opened those gates up, but now they're really social welfare heavy. And with Macron and that whole piece and same stuff where we run into, they opened the floodgates and then the assimilation didn't happen and they'll take all we'll take all the help. They're getting paid and they fucking still hate France.
Yep.
Which is so weird.
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah, and it's odd, but dude, also dangerous. It was kind of fucking sad, man, because dude, they just destroy cars, boom, they're like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do? And it's like, damn, dude, I'm like, Napoleon's rolling in his fucking grave.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, Napoleon's so surely pissed.
But think if they'd done the same thing that they did with you. You went and sought out the French Foreign Legion, and when you walked in the door, you knew that you were going to have to assimilate. And then it was immediate, you need to learn French, and it was trial by fire. But they don't make anybody do that wants to go to the country to live.
Yeah.
There's no requirements, there's no standards, and no accountability. I feel a lot of the same way here. If you're going to come into our culture and community, there should be some expectation that you're going to assimilate.
It's shocking that's even fucking controversial. I'm like, dude, and I think most like-minded, most reasonable people, even people who are immigrated, will believe that. And you'll see it in comments, I'm sure, on YouTube. They're like, I immigrated, and I totally agree with this. Yeah, because you're coming here because borders create a collection of ideas. It keeps bad ideas out and keeps good ideas in. And that's how it works. And so there's a reason you're coming here because there's an assimilation of there's a certain set of values and lifestyle and things that you like. And it works. So don't change what the fuck's working.
Yeah,
it's working.
Well, no, that's what's fascinating about our country is because we're not a democracy, we're a republic of nation states.
Yeah.
Internally, our states do that.
Yeah.
Right? So people are starting to migrate.
You're seeing that heavily. Well, that's why I'm here, man.
Exactly.
Idaho, bro. I love y'all, by the way.
Yeah.
North Idaho Experience. I'm looking forward to the experience.
No, but that's just it, man. And I've seen more and more of that as there's like more wedges driven between people and you can no longer have civil discourse. People are just like, you know what? I'm going to move somewhere that reflect my values.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not going to. The smart people just go with the flow.
Yeah,
quite literally. Like what's Bruce Lee say? Become the pot.
Yeah,
just flow like water, bro. I'm not going to sit here and fight this fight with taxes and this and that and things just. I grew up in San Diego, man. I love it there, and that's where I'm from. And I was in the SEAL teams there, and I had a lot of. But I'm moving my mom, my family, and it's just because I don't feel like spending an hour and moving my life around the traffic, and I'm looking at the taxes, going, "What the fuck is happening, man?" And then I'm looking at what's happening. They're giving circumcisions in Madagascar and shit. What the fuck? Like, what the hell is happening, dude? It doesn't make any sense, bro.
Yes, I mean we're getting that a lot, dude. We're getting people that have built generations. You know, and Washington's a big one right now because Washington's gone completely.
Oh, interesting.
Completely
Washington. That's what you were kind of mentioning about Washington.
Dude,
Exodus.
They were like, California, hold my beer. I'm gonna fucking ruin.
Wow,
this
really?
bad, dude. I mean, laws against you can't like schools can legally hide information from the parents as far as kids' medical stuff. Weird shit, man. And obviously the gun laws are absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, right.
So we're getting people that have generationally been living there and they're done. And they're like, I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life. And you'll get pushback. We get people up here that are like, go fix your own state. And it's like, you can't.
No,
you're completely outvoted.
No. It's too much of a machine.
So why spend the rest of your life? No one who wants to do that. Spend the rest of your life fighting this machine that you can't fight anyway.
Well,
Go live somewhere that matches your values.
Exactly.
At some point, those states and those bureaucracies have gotten enough people to come in that aren't contributing to the system that are going to vote to get more free shit that you can't outvote it.
Well, I also think it's going to at some point be so heavy on bad ideas, it's going to collapse because all the people propping it up leave.
Yep. Yeah.
All the people who are propping this shit up will fucking leave. And then you'll see, like, it's going to happen. There's going to be a tipping point with certain states.
Gotta be.
California's going to be one of them. It's already starting to happen. They're pissing off rich liberals now.
Right.
And that's starting to see an interesting dynamic that's happening there, especially with these fires and all that stuff that happened.
Yep.
You really start to see they're like, dude, what the hell's actually happening here? Like, people can't even walk around. LA's dystopian.
Yeah.
LA is fucking dystopian. LA is, we'd go in and I'd go to do podcasts there every once in a while. It's fucking complicated, man. It is dystopian. I felt like I was in a fucking movie that last time I went down there. I was like, there's cars burning, flags on like foreign nations. There's people like the zombies, people.
Literally, right?
I'm going, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, and everyone's like, yeah, everything's good. I'm like,
is it?
Are people not like don't have eyes, or I'm confused?
It's the frog in the pot mentality. We talk about this a lot. So it's been a slow progression, right?
Yeah.
If that happened overnight, like if that happened here overnight, everybody freaked the fuck out. It's been a very slow progression, and then you give up a little bit every day, and then it doesn't make you freak out because people from there come here and they're like, "What the fuck?"
It's perspective, man. Like if you actually,
I felt it today. Man. I saw it.
If you've lived somewhere else in a lot of places, I always tell like kids when I was in the military or with law enforcement, go live enough places to know where you actually want to live.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That's well said.
Yeah, but even you doing that overseas, you have better perspective than most. You're around guys from other countries that I'm sure could tell some stories through the shit we're talking. They're like, that's nothing, bro. Yeah. Wait till you have somebody invade your village and literally lock
Yeah, they'd still think LA was shit. I'm telling you, bro. I actually had a Ukrainian homie who fucking touched down and he was like, well, what the fuck is happening here? He said, I thought the United States was nice. Yeah. He's like, Kiev's better than this shit, dude.
See? But that's good perspective, man. It goes the other way. But I just think if people go get perspective from other places, and some of the folks that have lived in LA their whole life don't know any better.
Yeah.
So if they don't ever set foot in downtown Coeur d'Alene or in Hayden, they're like, oh, it's like, you guys don't lock your cars. I still recommend locking your cars. It'll just be a hard target. But no, you don't have to worry about that.
Dude, I felt so good today in Coeur d'Alene. I stopped at the store, went to the gym, did some stuff. We met. We saw the house, dude. I was just like, and people are walking and talk to you, but it's big enough to where it's a city, and like people aren't nipping your Wheaties, but it's like respectful. I was like, bro, I'm gonna love embedding in this, like, and being positive contributor to this community in whatever capacity. My fiance says, she's like, I'm really looking forward to like helping out and joining some organizations.
There's so much up here for that.
I'm like, bro, because you can't. You lose the identity in a place like San Diego, or we're in Temecula area, which is nice. It's got its positives, but the community feel it's just not there. Yeah. It's just not there. So it's hard to kind of create that.
That's what I love. That is the number one thing I love about it here is the community. And it's like-minded people.
Yeah.
It's all like damn near everybody you meet is a former cop, former firefighter, or veteran. I love it. I was showing a house yesterday to a gal from LA, and we go to the house, and I'm talking to the guy, and he's like, yeah, he had a German Shepherd, and he's like, yeah, she used to be a work dog, and I was like, where'd you retire from? Kootenai County. His name was Mark. I can't remember his last name, but old dude. He's in his 70s, 40 years as a cop. And I was
damn, like, fuck, dude. That dude put in some years. Fuck. Well, dude, I was talking about. I have a lot of clients that are former first responders and stuff, and gotten into like ayahuasca and plant healing and stuff.
Yep.
Dude, the shit you guys see on like we'll talk about the military, but even team guys I know and fucking SF guys will say the same shit. We'll have some shit happen overseas, but we can go hang out in tent and not talk to anybody for a fucking day and like decompress. You're like back on shift and then got to go home and be like, honey, pass the salt. And your kids are coming up to you. There's no like separation.
And like, I think
that's hard.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I never did what you did, but you guys go to do something and you're keyed on. You know shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
It's prime.
It's not, you're not reacting.
Yeah. You're not surprised by it.
Yes.
100%.
So as a cop, you make 1,000 traffic stops and nothing happens. And then that fucking one, and you're like, so you're like always reacting.
Dude, I honestly, dude, I know we've talked about it. Me and my guys, SEALs, and they're like, bro, I don't know how these fucking guys do it.
Yeah,
dead serious, bro, because you don't get that like, your kids coming home, then daddy, you're home, and then you're just like you're still processing, and then what happens is you just shelf it.
Yeah,
you fucking shelf it, man. Have a drink, you just shelf it, put it in the box, and you're like, I'm just gonna kind of. That's what men do, and. Yeah, that's all good, but dude, that shit creates pressure, and also it starts to come out. It's fucking hard gig, bro. Not to mention the hours and shit.
Well, I always liked having I had a 30-minute commute pretty much everywhere I worked, and I liked that because I have 30 minutes, so I get off shift. Yeah, and sometimes, oddly enough, I would call my mom because I'd have some bad shit happen, and she was like tough and could handle that shit. Yeah, I don't want to bring it home and tell my wife.
That's really good, man.
Yeah, so I'd call my mom fucking hard fatal tonight or whatever, and talk it through, get home, and then it's like
dude, that's smart.
Yeah,
that's real smart use of resources.
That's funny, dude. My mom too.
His mom's a cop too.
She was a homicide.
No way.
She got
She
got shot. I tell everybody that.
Yeah. Damn, your mom got shot.
She's way harder than me, bro.
She's hard, dude.
Infinitely more bad.
Your mom was a homicide detective.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's cool as shit. Yeah.
She did it back when there weren't very many female cops, so she was a really good sounding board. Yeah. To call and say, she's like, maybe you don't share that one. Maybe you don't. Wow. And I'm lucky. My wife's an ER nurse.
Hey, did she ever tell you to man up?
What's that?
Did your mom ever tell you to man up?
Daily, bro. Damn. She told me that today.
Bro, your mom probably came in at a time where, dude, she had to be hard, bro.
Yeah. Oh, it did not. And they tried to fail them. They tried.
100%.
Because she's, 5'3", $120, so she had to be pretty good. And in times, fight guys that were way bigger. And makes you realize, dude, because we had a few females on at the PD, and I would always wonder, man, you guys can come off as a bitch. Right away, you come out of the gate. But then I watch the interactions downtown and how drunk dudes generally treat them. I'm like, I get it now. If you don't drive that hard line right away, nobody takes you seriously.
Right. Yeah. So it's pretty tough, you crack a smile as a female cop, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, she's flirting with me."
Yeah.
100%.
She's into me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, man. I tell dudes all the time when they're getting ready, new guys that are coming into law enforcement, especially coming out of the military. I mean, military at its core, I've got 1 year left in the reserves. I'm almost done, but. Those guys, they kind of tell you where to be, when to be there, what to wear, how to wear it. Now, team guys, you guys got to make a lot more rapid decisions, and there's more of that. But the military generally teaches you, it's kind of a step-by-step. I remember that being on subs. It'd be if this happens, you go through this check block.
You were on fucking subs?
Yeah.
God damn.
It was good. It was good, wholesome family
fun.
It's
the height.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's the height.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I got another level of respect for you guys. You guys got a tight community, sub-community.
Yeah, well, you have to, bro.
Yeah. Real tight.
Real tight. I've heard some stories.
Real tight.
I've heard some stories.
Some of those, I tell you those in confidence, bro.
I'm sorry.
I can't bring those up. I tell you about tug of war.
Hot racks.
Hot racking's the thing, dude.
Yeah.
100%. But telling guys coming into PD, especially the adjustment from law enforcement, said we're asking a lot. You're supposed to be able to go from a dead kid call or a kid that's just slept with her deceased mother after she OD'd for 18 hours, right? You have to leave that, compartmentalize that, and then you're supposed to go to neighbor disturbance over a property line dispute.
Yeah.
Because they're calling you because it's the biggest thing in their world.
Yeah.
In your world, you're like, this ain't shit.
Yeah.
But to the people that are calling you,
yeah,
they're calling you once out of every 5 years.
That's an interesting, but I never thought about it like that. Well, you're having to like have this same level of like compassion and empathy that you just like, listen, motherfucker, your palm trees on your his fucking side, asshole.
Dude, that's where I
rip it out.
Yep. I thought that was harder than anything else because it's not their fault you went to that call.
Yeah.
Like they're you work for them. That's your community, and we are blessed enough to live in an awesome community that really supports our cops. So you have to, like, that's your job. Yeah. You got to go back and say, all right, I'm gonna chill on that one. I'm gonna put that one away. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll address that later, and I got better at addressing that later. You know, not just hanging on to it and drinking it away. But man, this guy deserves it too. You know what I mean? He doesn't call all the time. This pisses him off. Let me solve this.
Yeah, and actually, how else is this going to get fucking figured out?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like, I'm the guy to do it. How did you end up making the decision? Like, what was the catalyst?
To get out?
Yeah.
I had an interesting route. I retired on an injury. Mm-hmm. It's a fucked up story afterwards, but it wasn't even a cool injury. I didn't get shot or anything. I fucking had a hernia. I think there's a couple incidents where I'm like, it might have been pushing a car out of the road, or it might have been out of training carrying this fucking 250-pound dude on my back. Yeah. I don't know what it was. But so I had surgery, and if you work for the state, they send you to work comp. Work comp is like the most fucked up thing on earth. And the surgeon, he's like, hey, they'll only pay for this surgery, but we don't do it like this anymore. It's the old way. Yeah. But that's all we can do. And I was like, okay, well, let's do it. So I got like a fucking 3-inch scar right on my belt line. Yeah. So wearing the duty belt, it would make my left nut swell up. Yeah. Like consistently. So
weird.
Yeah, it was fucked up. Yeah. So I tell people I gave my left nut for that.
Yeah. Dude, I gave my left nut for this fucking job.
I got to a point where I was like, God, just take the fucking thing out. It would swell up like fucking bad.
If I said would I sound like a submariner if I said photos or it's not real?
Yeah, no, I would I feel it.
Yeah.
How did you know what you wanted to go into? Like, how did that process start?
So good question. I got tricked by my wife.
Yeah.
She was in real estate in California, and we moved up here. And to get here, we kind of explored a few different areas. We went to Bend, Oregon, and I was like, cool city, but I see homeless people. I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And then we went to Boise, which was cool, but too busy, and I don't like high desert.
I thought the same thing about Boise.
So we came here. I walked out. It was a whim. A friend of my wife's was like, you got to go check out Coeur d'Alene. And the only reason I knew about Coeur d'Alene is I hooked a girl out on a deuce crash when I was working in Humboldt County, which is a DUI crash. And she was from Coeur d'Alene, and I remember having to write fucking Coeur d'Alene.
Like, and you're like, you know it's French, right?
It's French.
So that's why I'm like, I'm good with this.
Yeah. I'm writing that fucking word like 5 times in the report. I'm like, this is stupid. So we came up here September of 2020, right in the middle of COVID when shit was stupid. And I walked out on the city beach. First of all, I got here. I thought it was going to be podunk. And I get here, and I'm like, oh, this is actually like cool.
Yeah, you're like, wow, this is nice.
Yeah. I walked out on the city beach by the resort, and I was like, the lake, and it was September, and it was fucking beautiful. And I was like, this is it. Like, I just knew it in my soul. And then 3 months later, we had sold our house in California and bought a house here, and we're here.
Dude, smart. Crazy.
Yeah. And then got into real estate. My wife, she tricked me. I say that because she got me in as the face, and then she kind of pulled back. She does all the back end stuff for the YouTube channel. Yeah. So she just likes, she likes doing that. And then we did that for I don't know, a year and a half with just me and her, and then we met the team.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what, dude, you know what's interesting, bro? It's like I have you on your mug, and I was watching you guys on fucking on a podcast. I'm pretty sure, but. Yeah, and I'll be watching I'll have your mug on the fucking big screen, dude. Because I've been doing like Coeur d'Alene research.
When we walked up and your father-in-law today was like, oh, I feel like, I've seen you. I was like, well, I was feeling the same thing about you because I'll follow your shit.
Yeah, dude. I immediately, I don't know. Yeah, and I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I appreciate your honest communication. Yeah. Like, and you can tell it's hard to be authentic on camera. And we talked about this a little bit. And so, to be authentic on camera, you actually have to be fucking authentic. Yeah, it's like you can't fake authenticity.
I fuck up all the time.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it. Yeah. And it's like not pressing stop, not redoing it, just kind of leaving it in. And that's how I do it too. It's like one take, we're gonna fucking do
one
this.
And done. Dude.
Yeah, one and done. You know how easy it is? They're like, man, how do you do all this? I go, well, I just do one take.
I don't give a shit.
But that's why it hits because it's not. pretentious. It's not trying to be anything. It's trying to be just, and I don't know, man. I just find it entertaining too.
Good. Like we say it all the time, we're just unapologetically ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we love freedom. We love America. We love first responders and veterans, and we just love being ourselves.
Yeah.
It's very freeing. And part of that's, I'm 45. Like, I get to this age.
Yeah.
When I was 20, I wish I could do this, but I'm 45 and I just don't give a shit anymore. Like,
but also, you know what matters and what you want and what you want to communicate.
Yeah.
And also have a good idea of what people fucking want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, and what information they need.
Right.
And I think that's important.
This place is easy doing what we do because it sells itself.
Yeah.
I had the gal was showing out yesterday. She's like, I don't know if I can convince my husband. He wasn't here. I was like, bring him up. Give me a half a day with him. I'm like, if you want me to convince him, it's fucking easy. Like, I was driving her around. Like, I said, she's from LA area. And I'm like, she's like, where are all the homeless people? I'm like, you won't see you won't see any today.
Dude, when I came up here, because people watching why we came up here, my fiance's dad worked at Disney for a lot of years, and then the politics got a little weird. But then he was done. You know, he was an artist, but then he was like, it's time to fucking retire. So he retired. Had bought and sold a lot of homes in Southern California. Did really well on timing wise and stuff. And he owned 2 homes down in by the beach, Sanders
Beach.
Sanders Beach. He owned 2 homes there. They were Airbnb-ing them and stuff. And then he's like, I don't really want to renovate so they sold 2, bought 1 on that lakeside on the overside and
Silver Beach.
Yeah, and so I was like, I had no idea about Coeur d'Alene. I'm like, Northern Idaho, man.
Yeah, it sounds like
Navy SEAL, bro. We hate the fucking cold, dude. I've froze my nuts off for years, bro. And so it was a hard sell for me. But I went up here and I was like, you know what? And then we had our daughter.
That changes things.
And it was like, I got boys up here. Cody Alford, what's up, bro? TJ, those guys. Yep. All these guys are kind of up here, and there's like this migration.
Contingent.
There's like a big SF community up here, and I'm like, bro, and like all the homies are up here, and I'm like, dude, I film content. The gyms are sick. I was at Fuel's
good, dude.
Peak,
yep.
and like I'm like, dude, I love it here. I bought a year membership just today, dude, and so I'm like, this is actually perfect. And I drive. It takes 5 minutes to get to the gym. Mm-hmm. I'm like 5 minutes to Costco, 5 minutes to this, dude. I'm taking 20, 30 minutes. I'm just starting to add up things in my head. Mm-hmm. Not even just gas. I'm not even talking about prices, but time of your life.
Yeah.
Hours a day I
spend in traffic.
Yeah. Hours a day I spend in Southern California, which is like I don't mind driving, but dude, I'd rather be doing other shit. And it's like, fuck, man, I want to live my life and have my family and have a beautiful home. And dude, that home is epic, bro. I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
I love it, man, dude. A workshop, dude. I'm like, dude, finally, man, I got a little space.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a peacock. I got to spread my wings, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, I'll say, though, like being 5 minutes to the gym, 5 minutes to Costco is really important, but you're also 20 minutes from nobody.
Oh, dude.
You can drive out.
Good point.
You can drive out to Nettleton Gulch, and you can be out on Forest Service roads, and you have thousands.
Dude, her dad said this to me, my father-in-law. He said, hey, we're gonna get some side-by-sides. We're gonna do like a family convoy out on the trails. And I was like, I had this like warm fuzzy wash over me. I was like, dude, this is perfect.
Yes.
This is exactly what I want to be doing, bro.
Our team yesterday took 2 side-by-sides and went up huckleberry picking in Fernand Saddle.
Sick.
Yes. Like, you do that shit here. We went morel mushrooms.
Foraging.
Yeah. Fucking foraging for morel mushrooms.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's the cool shit you do here. And you can drive the side-by-sides on the street.
Yeah, they're legal here.
You just get a plate for them, or how's that work? Or
it's just a rec plate.
Rec plate?
Yeah.
Super easy at the DMV.
Dude, I'm so excited, man, because, dude, it's just like all these pieces came together at a really unique time, bro. And I'm telling you, even connecting with you, dude, it was like, she's like, hey, who do you want to reach out to? I already knew. It was
That's cool.
I don't know what your guys' faith are and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I believe in God, man, and I believe in divine
Same.
guidance and things. And, dude, it was like, I just listen now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got to contact Seth, and just kind of like, and it was like,
easy.
And things just kind of lining up. And then I came up here, and I still had my apprehensions because I was like, nah, I don't know. But it's change.
Yeah.
It's fear, change. And then I came up here, and even today, bro, when I saw the house, and I was like, this was such a smart decision.
Yep. Yeah. And what you haven't experienced yet that everybody experiences, like maybe it'll take probably 3 months, a weight will be lifted off your shoulders that you didn't even know was there. And it's like,
damn, that's powerful.
It is fucking powerful. It took me, so I came up here, I was just getting out of law enforcement. Our house had burned down fairly recently in California. Like we had a lot of transition going.
Not to mention injuries and other shit.
I was like, I was dealing with some PTSD from the fire.
A lot of shit.
That's a whole nother story. I'll tell you sometime. And it was fucked up, dude. And I came here and I carried a gun every day of my life, right? Like for 16 years. I stopped carrying it for like 3 months because I was like, I got to decompress, dude. 3 months later, I was like, weight lifted off my shoulder. I'm a whole fucking new man. I started carrying my gun again, but it's like I don't feel that pressure anymore. It's different.
Dude, I felt it. Dude, I get the chills when you're talking, bro. Because, dude, I don't know what it was, bro. I always kind of had this, like, I don't know, like a friction. Maybe it's California friction, bro. I grew up going to Mexico, Tijuana. I had like a, you know, just
now you can go to Canada, bro.
I just mean there was like this element that was like pressure or something. I don't know what, sinister maybe. I don't know what, if maybe I'll even go there. And I came up here, dude, and I felt like I could fucking breathe. Yeah. It was like I wasn't guarded. It was just kind of a more framed, like I was like, oh, this is the pace. I mean, it literally is safer. Eric can attest to that for sure, being a cop here for a long time. But it's like, you drive around, you don't see the fucking gangbangers. Yeah. You know, I'm sure they're here. You can tell. I'm sure they're here. But you don't see, it's not so prevalent. You're not seeing the graffiti. You're not seeing the trash. You're not seeing the homeless people. It's and you walk around, people are smiling at you and saying hi, and you're like, oh, they're fucking just nice people. Yeah. That's cool.
No, we don't. I will tell you, we don't have a lot of gangbangers here. And I was there. They've experienced Coeur d'Alene because Spokane has a fairly significant.
I mean, Spokane's got to be kind of a deal,
you bring your gun when you go to Spokane.
Yeah, I mean, Spokane's kind of aggressive, right?
Oh yeah, so we get like spillover from Spokane, but it all happened during COVID because Washington shut everything down. Yeah, Idaho kind of gave everybody the one finger salute. We still had school, we still had our bars open, we still had everything else. So you had a whole new group, a whole new contingent come over from Washington into Idaho. So at the time I was with a street crimes task force, and we were just problem solvers. So then downtown got pretty violent pretty quick. People pulling knives, people pulling guns, like crimes that we weren't used to. Yeah. And it largely followed this new contingent of people that came over from Spokane. So we were assigned to that unit downtown, and they got real familiar real quick with Idaho laws. Yeah. It was first night, it was 7 arrests, 4 uses of force. But it was a very quick standard, right? Yeah. And it was a standard.
Quick standard, I like that.
Yeah, it was standard setting. Hey, if you're going to be over here, you're going to behave yourself. Yeah. And otherwise,
you're going to behave. Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
I like that.
Because if you don't, you know, it goes back to broken windows theory, man. Like there are certain things you can do to curb other violent crime if you pay attention to the smaller crime.
I like that, and then it starts to dissolve if you allow that thing to just, and you don't put energy into the system.
Idaho does not fuck around. The cops here are fantastic,
bro. I talked to I don't know how this all works, but I was at the gym and a tribal police guy. Okay, yeah. He talked to me at the gym. He's like, "Hey, dude, I saw your shit. You know this and that." I'm like talking to him.
That's fucking cool,
so
bro.
He said there was two of them in like a big area. He's like, "There's only 2 of us," and he's like, "DEA for tribes or something." Yep. He's like, "But we work in Idaho," and he was like, "So what's the deal here? Tell me what's going down here. Like, how does this all situate?" Because I was fascinated. He goes, "They bring the drugs in from Washington. They try to get them to Montana because it's like 3 times the price." He goes, "But they got to get through Idaho."
It's the fucking.
And he said, he said they got to get through this finger in Idaho. It's just so that 90. He goes. In Washington, you pull them over. It's like you can't really look at their car. There's all these things. Montana, it's very similar. He goes, in Idaho, we'll rip their fucking shit apart. Oh yeah. And he goes, and I'm tribal. He goes, we got no fucking. He goes, we got very little reins on. He goes, we'll rip their shit apart. And I was like, this is fucking. He goes, so they fucking. Yeah, haul ass.
Bro, I've worked.
They try to get through that finger.
I worked interdiction when I was with Kootenai County, so we'd go sit on the interstate, and then you're just watching. I'm big on like human behavior, body language and stuff like that. Like street level.
That's got to be fascinating, man.
Eric's like the guy.
I will that's got to be fascinating. I love it. I love teaching it. I love watching the light bulb go off because I believe that cops should use traffic. Sorry, trooper, but I believe cops should use traffic violations to interdict further criminal activity.
Yeah. Well, that's what it should be.
Yeah, because they're vulnerable in transit, right? So I-90 was designated by the DEA as a high-intensity drug trafficking area, so it comes out of Tri-Cities and then spills over through 90.
Triple the price, man. That's what it's doing, and it totally makes sense.
So you're sitting there and you're watching traffic, and you're like, and you got like 2 seconds to assess. Yeah. So it's crazy when you learn it and you're like, man, this seems like voodoo science. This is a bunch of shit. And then you see it and you're like, oh, damn. I'll be I'll be dead.
Yeah, dude. I get the chills because you see it click.
Yes. Yeah. And then you stop them and then you start asking them questions and you're just like bullshitting and shooting the shit. Then you ask something consequential, like you establish a baseline. Yeah. And then you ask something consequential and you watch like immediate thump, 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 you know, or like all of a sudden they're they're fixing their hair and you're like, I got you, bitch. I don't know what you got.
Bro, I got to tell you guys a story. So I had a buddy. He's since kind of got, he fixed his shit, but he was into some bad stuff a long time ago. And he said, bro, he goes, this cop was one of the best motherfuckers. Like, this guy, he was good at his shit.
Yeah.
I go, how'd you get wrapped up? He ended up doing some years and fixed his life. But he goes, man, we had some stuff in the wheels. He goes, and this cop walked up and he goes, hey, what's going on, guys? And he goes, nothing, this. He goes, and the guy walked back and he goes, next thing you know, he clipped up. I'm like, how'd you know? The guy asked him, how'd you know? He goes, dude, the bolts on the fucking hubcap are fucking tooled.
Fresh. Yeah, they're tooled. Yeah.
And he goes, I was like, damn, dude. I gotta give credit because I was like, respect. He goes, they're tooled. Yeah, but you guys know that shit.
But I guarantee, I would bet $100 that guy gave him a cue. Like it's a parasympathetic.
You can't help it.
Yeah. You're
nervous as shit, dude. You're like, your sphincter's like,
man, your parasympathetic nervous system response is naturally gonna
you can't fake it.
Glance, whatever it is, it's cool as shit. And then you watch it. And I was kind of a dick there towards the end when I was teaching it because I do it roadside.
Yeah,
I'd say, hey, new guy, come here real quick. Watch when and there's a person sitting there. I'm like, watch what happens when I ask this
guy's like, huh?
It was long.
Well, dude, so in the Foreign Legion, this is interesting. People ask, what's the most? How do you get picked? Who gets picked?
Yeah,
it's the interrogation questions. They have this thing called the Gestapo interviews, and it's after you. It's like you're 3 weeks into this shit in civilian clothes. You're still fucking, and they have these guys that are specialists in interrogation techniques. These guys speak 5 languages. They're high-ranking senior enlisted guys, and they're body language experts. They ask you your story, and if something doesn't fucking mesh, they're gonna fucking see it. And so when guys will ask me like, "Hey, man, how do I go?" Well, you got to be fucking honest. I go, try to lie to these guys. You're going to get fucked.
Right.
Because their whole job, where's the lie? Are they hiding some sexual crime? What are they running from? They know you're already not there because you're a Boy Scout.
Right.
So what is the fucking thing? Because they need to know, it's the devil they know. If they know you are who you say you are. And okay, we see he's not a Boy Scout, but we can deal with this versus some shit they don't know. I go, if they're still not sure about you, they're going to send you to the door. That's as easy as it is. And I go, they're body language experts.
And they have to know if you're vulnerable, right?
Yep.
Like I assume if there's some big, deep monster that they don't know about, how vulnerable are you if you get captured?
Yeah.
Right? Like I imagine that's pretty important. But yeah, body language stuff, man, I'll nerd out. Cool.
I never got into it in the interdiction side, but like just dealing with little tweakers and
fun.
The shit they fucking say, dude, that is like universal. Like if I could come up here and say, okay, where do most tweakers keep their shit? What bag?
Yeah.
Prison purse.
What's the typical?
Like Crown Royal bag?
Yeah, Crown Royal bag, right? Always.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. That's hilarious.
What's the number one thing they say about when you find dope in their pants?
They're not my pants.
They're
not my pants.
I could ask a cop in fucking Florida and he'd be like, that's the same shit.
They're not your pants.
Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that.
You mean...
Wait, does that make sense to you?
Wait, you mean the same pants that had your ID in them?
Yeah.
Totally
I found them in a dumpster.
It is fun, dude.
Do you hear yourself? Yeah, no, that kind of shit's hilarious, dude. And yeah, it's fun. The human element is fun.
Yeah.
Being a cop is fucking fun.
It is the greatest. It is a great show.
There's a lot of shit that sucks about it, but it's fun.
I just had a conversation with a buddy of mine like 2 weeks ago because they'll hit me up and say, "Hey man, how you doing? Like, how's it going on the outside?"
On the outside.
So he was a sergeant for the Opiate Task Force. He was like the guy, and he just left 4 months ago.
Yeah, April.
Damn, bro.
And came full time with us. So
badass.
We stole him.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Yeah. No, it is. It's just funny. But I told him, he's like, "Hey man, what's it like on the outside? What's it like on the transition?" I'll be totally honest with you, dude. And like, Canfield incident was tough for me. That was the first critical incident that I haven't been a part of since I've been. And I knew it was coming. Yeah. I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to be good till something big happens, right? Because I'm used to. I was on SWAT, ran our hostage negotiation unit, did some stuff. So it was weird being on the other side of that. Mm-hmm. But I tell those guys, man, I wish I took more pictures. Yeah. I wish I took more pictures.
Fuck me. You're right.
The pictures are fucking important, man.
Yeah. Those guys out there listening,
I hear that a lot.
I fucked that up. I fucked that up.
You got to take, dude. I'll tell you. You know what's interesting, bro? Because I'll get that feeling too. Yeah. You know, there'll be an op or something going down.
Oh yeah, especially people you know.
Yeah, and I say there was this point, and I think it'll probably happen in a little while. You go, you know what? It's fucking. I'm glad the boys are getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad they're getting it. That's how I look at it. I'm like, I'm glad the fucking boys are getting it because they'll be like, and don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Yes.
You know, because you got out there and did some shit. And there's a lot of guys that were like, man, I wanted to go in the police force. I wanted to do this. And they just never did it, you know, and you did. And you saw what it was. You saw the thing and then did something else. Because at some point, whether the guy hangs up the badge or whether it be 5 years or 20 or 30 or 40, they end up trying to make it work on the civilian side. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. SF, military, and that fucking that transition is hard because it's fucking hard to make money. Yeah. Man. Yeah. It's not easy, especially when you're not like you're used to a career where you show up, it's fucking hard, but also it's guaranteed. Yep. And then there's this fear of uncertainty, and that part's hard. Right. And I think that's what a lot of guys deal with when that transition. But it's when you can kind of nail it and feel it, it fucking is so worth it because that autonomy is powerful.
Yes. So on that note, how did you got out of the Foreign Legion? How did you get into what you do now?
Dude, I had an idea because I was suicidal in my truck, man.
After the Foreign Legion?
Before.
Before, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, now I fucking have great days and I'm making.
Is that because you didn't have purpose, or is that because just?
Yeah, so absolutely. Yeah. Loss of purpose, loss of identity.
That's a big one for everybody,
all that stuff, man. I had nothing, and then I lost the title and the money and everything, so I had nothing to even lean on, and. Then I had built myself back up, and it took years to get my mojo back, is what I say. It took years to but it was like basic habits, building my daily disciplines and things like that. And I felt better. And I was having good days every day for years in the Foreign Legion, which is fucking hard. And I'm like, man, dude, I was suicidal in my truck. Let me tell my story. And I'm in the Foreign Legion. I could teach guys how to fucking. And so I put my story out on YouTube. My first video, if you look way down at the bottom, I'm in a Foreign Legion uniform in the barracks. And I just was honest about, everything. And I got tons of emails from veterans.
That's cool.
Hey, dude, I was like I get chills because they're like, dude, I was sitting in my truck with a gun, dude, and your fucking YouTube popped up. And I decided to just hold off.
Attaboy.
Hundreds. Yeah. Not like one or two, bro. And I'll still get those. And then I was like, damn, dude, maybe I had no intention of going into coaching or shit. I just wanted to tell my story because it was like, I thought it would help somebody.
Yeah.
And it fucking did. And I was like, maybe there's something here. And so I try to all right, well, I'll just tell you what I do every day, which helped me. And that's how it started. I started doing Zooms and like, hey man, so fucking, well, your fucking fitness is dog shit right now. We got to fix you up. Let's start there. And that's kind of where it started. And then I started in a Foreign Legion barracks room. And before I got out of the Foreign Legion, bro, I was clearing 20, 30 grand a month.
That's fucking awesome.
From a fucking barracks room, dude. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Clearly it's time to get out.
Yeah, man. I was like, it's time, but I was still fearful because I'm like, well, is this going to stop? It's fucking not guaranteed. Maybe it's just flash in a pan or I'm going to get fucking squashed, So I'm like, I was looking at Ukrainian mercenary groups and like, well, that's all I knew how to do. So I'm like, man,
it's funny how guys that come from worlds like ours, you always fall back to because I always tell my wife, I'm like,
what if?
If shit falls apart, I'll just go be a cop again.
Yeah,
she's like, the fuck you will. No.
Yeah, what if?
Right.
Well, it's it's like what we know. And I had an entrepreneur buddy, Eric Spofford. He's kind of big in the real estate and sober living homes and stuff. And he said, so many times in his journey, and then he sold a fucking company for fucking 9 digits, right? Yeah. And he said so many times in his fucking journey, that voice was going, just stop, go get a regular job, dude. It's going to be easier. Yeah. It's fucking safer. Yeah. So many times he's like, and that voice, he's like, I'm so glad I never listened to it. Yeah. Because you get the upside. Yeah, you get the risk, but you get the reward.
Isn't it freaking weird?
That's it. There's no fucking ceiling.
No ceiling. How hard do you want to work? How many videos do you want to do? How much fucking authenticity you want to send? I love that.
Dude.
Well, that's the exciting part. There's no cap. Like
nothing.
In the military or law enforcement, what are you working your ass off for in comparison to the average?
Yeah, in comparison to even the bottom guy who's just barely showing up, dude, and taking vacation days. You're making the same.
Yep. So you're waiting for attaboys or accolades or awards. The military is really good about popping out a name here and there. You know what I mean? But on this side, there's absolutely no ceiling. And what's wild to me is guys that come from your background, law enforcement, where it was very high risk, right? You go into scary situations. You don't know who you're stopping. You're trying to stop the worst person on the interstate. You're looking for that person. That should be scary.
Yeah. But looking for the worst person on the interstate. Yeah. That's an interesting fucking point.
But that's what you're trying to do. Yeah. Like you guys are looking for the worst people overseas, and you're being funneled to those.
Yeah.
Cops are being funneled towards what the worst thing that's happening.
I never heard about it and thought about it like that.
But now you get out, and you're scared of failure.
Yeah.
More than any of that other shit.
Yeah.
You're scared that you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
And probably more scared than the average person.
Yeah.
because of your experiences before.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
It is. And dude, the no ceiling thing, right? Like, I can't tell you how many days a week I work until like damn near 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I go to bed at 8 o'clock because I get up really early.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like last night, I'm fucking 7:50, and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, and I take time for dinner. And I try to spend time with I spend time with the kids.
Yeah,
like
our schedule's probably very similar.
Yeah,
it's like we work it. I get up super early and get cracking.
And I'm like, I don't think most people would do that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like the comfort of a 9 to 5 or whatever their schedule is.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up when you look at it that way. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm the master of my own destiny right now.
Right.
And I can do this grind for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not going to have to do it forever, because we do it for what? Eric and I have a plan. 10 years. 10 years. And we probably won't grind that hard for 10 years, but it'll taper off, and then we'll build this thing up and fucking have a team that we can pass some shit off to.
You'll keep grinding.
Right.
You'll keep grinding.
Yeah.
Because at some point it'll become about impact.
Yeah.
And about the love of the game and not the points on the board.
Yeah.
There'll be this point where you just, it's the discipline of it. I call it battle rhythm. We call it battle rhythm.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I'm sure you guys have it set. It's like all daily habits and actions are aligned with the overall mission. I love that. It's like you wake up early, you're getting cracking early, you're mindful, and it's every day, right? 6-7 days a week, just a little bit, maybe some days more, some days less, as far as, if you're focused on the family on a Sunday or something, but it's always something. And there's a lot of people that 9 to 5, they'll take that time, they'll go home and they turn it off. There's no way I want to turn it off. So you got to be disciplined about when you're actually working, disciplined about when you're focusing on your family, present in your capacities and compartmentalize. And I like that because I know nobody will fucking keep going as hard as I will all fucking time. In this like coaching space specifically, I'll make sure I'm always responsive. Like, think about it when we communicate. I always pride myself.
You're fucking quick, dude.
I always pride myself on responsiveness. But I don't live on my phone either. It's like when people fucking hit me up, I fucking respond.
Yep.
I don't like to leave things. That's clients, everybody. I just responsive as shit because I want it off my plate.
Yep.
I don't want things floating. And I know nobody else is doing that. Well, like if they are, it's few.
Yes.
But are they going to do that for fucking 10 years? I will.
Yeah.
Because I know there's no end state. I'm in it for the long run.
I feel like an endless well of energy.
Me too.
For this shit.
Yeah, dude. I love that.
Right?
That's fucking well said.
I don't fucking...
Yeah. I'm not gassed on it.
I'm wired until like 7:50, and then I wake up fucking wired, and I'm like, do you have a morning routine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you got?
That's my fucking, one of my things I fucking coach, dude. I love it. So I get up at 3:30 to 4.
Oh, you're up. Oh, fuck. Now I got to get up earlier, bro.
So that's my,
let's go.
That's my wheelhouse. I'm not a robot. Might be 4:15 or something, but I honestly, because I start Zooms at 5:30 because I have clients in other areas.
East Coast,
so I try to start early for them. So I do a morning process of just no phone, no email, no news right when I get up.
I've fucking been failing on that a little bit lately.
That's my fucking, that I like make myself, because the minute I start getting sucked into the matrix, I lose my chi. Mm-hmm. So I just try to be mindful, maybe a little prayer, gratitude, or some Stoic philosophy, just a couple quotes, some Zen fucking quotes or something.
I've been reading Marcus Aurelius every morning.
Oh, dude, I'll dive into some of the Stoics, Brad. Just a couple quotes to frame my mind.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Then some movement. I'll do Mike Tyson push-ups because I like them. One max set. Mike Tyson push-ups are fucking amazing.
I'll Google it.
Dude, YouTube it. You're like, those fucking push-ups look legit as fuck. But they're quiet, so they don't wake people up. I was doing them in Foreign Legion barracks room. That's why I fucking was doing them, because they're quiet, but it's simple.
Okay.
Just one max set. It's not like anything fucking crazy. And then I do a little visualization, just some mindfulness, but 15 minutes. It's not some long drawn out thing. Yeah. And then I just go into my shit, shower, shave, fucking, and then into work pretty much. Zooms and all that shit until morning, and then a little break, and then I try to keep a good battle rhythm. But that's my morning process.
I like that. I think it's critical. Like I tell people all the time, that's the only time of the day that I can control.
100%.
Right? Nobody needs shit for real estate before fucking 8 a.m.
Yeah. And the family's not up yet.
Exactly.
That's
so
the other
I'm like,
piece.
I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
Man, that makes a ton of sense. And that's probably an area I can improve. I'll freely
You'll love
it,
it,
my
man.
morning routine.
You'll love it.
But the other day, it's been a wild week. Like, had some stressors this week, right? Like a little bit of fucked up week. But I woke up, like, my body reset, and I woke up and I was like, all right, got it. Like, let's go. But then in a second, what did I do? First thing I did.
Yeah.
is look at my phone, like checking, and then it was like immediately it like resets you back.
Yeah.
And
It pulls you back.
Yes.
Also, dude, you're fresh into the fucking new flow. Bro,
Yes.
your body's still going through an acclimation process that I don't even think you realize yet.
Yep.
You're going to defrag on a fucking major way. It took me fucking a year, bro. Yeah. Honest to God, it took me a year after the Foreign Legion to kind of like get into the new rhythm. And there's like I don't know, it's like just a veil kind of pulling back. And I just got up and I realized that there was just kind of a different rhythm and intensity to what I was doing. And it was better, but also more clear.
Yeah.
But don't look at your fucking phone as
dude,
I've been fucking that up lately.
Tomorrow morning, don't do it.
You're right.
And you're going to be like, it's so much better.
I needed that.
Drink your coffee and just sit and just fucking set. You're going to be on your phone all day.
Dude, you're right.
So what do you got to do?
I've got my spot on the couch. My wife sits facing me on the other end, and I've got like a windowsill right there, and I've got my Marcus Aurelius.
Nice.
I've got I read poetry, dude. So
nice.
I got my poetry book right there.
That's cool.
But yeah, the moment I pick up my phone, I'm fucked because I'll open the email. I'll open.
Sucks you back in, dude.
It starts.
It's like now you're in it.
Yeah, so you're right.
Don't click into it because you're going to be in it all day.
I'm going to be in
it
it all day.
You have a very few fucking moments.
I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
And then I go to the gym at 6 a.m. with my wife, and I go together. And then we bust our workout out about an hour, and then day starts. You know, eating. I gotta. So we're building a house. So I gotta go feed the goats on the way to that. yeah.
Do some goat yoga, dude.
Do some goat yoga.
Yeah, no big deal.
So I always hit that on the way to work, which is kind of cool. It's like a little decompression.
That's amazing.
For me. Yeah, it's like you go in the goats. Man, they're like dogs. They're cool as shit. But and then the work. You like so. A good analogy. When I was a cop, I was working graveyards. I drive to work, it sucks. And I'd crest this hill, and it was usually, let's say wintertime, I'm starting late, it's dark. I crest this hill, and you can see the city lights of the town I'm pretty much working in. And I'm like, it's like dropping into the Matrix, dude. Yeah. Right at that moment, it would hit. My heart rate would go up, and I'm like, here we go.
That's
like,
weird.
Yeah, but it's like being in a cockpit, dude. It's kind of fun. It's like,
it's
all right,
addicting.
here we go. It's go time.
It's fucking addicting.
I can
It
see
is.
that.
Yeah.
You're like going into.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about what you guys did is you're going into a fucking lot of uncertainty.
Yes.
And every day.
But you know how exciting that is, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's what I'm saying. It's like I could imagine that being really kind of interesting, but like you have no fucking idea what's going to go down.
No.
And it could be massively violent or super fucking like. You got to be ready for some seriously random shit.
Yeah, it gets more exciting when you roll in and you're like, all right, there's no patrol car. Like, day shift's not here. What the fuck's going on? You get in and you call dispatch. You're like, what's up? Oh, they're working a fucking clusterfuck somewhere, and you're like, okay, fuck.
But
you
dude,
up.
Yeah.
But it's freaking, it's rewarding though, man.
Yeah,
like
that
I said,
is.
I think coming out of the military, and I'm sure you did some shit either with teams or French Foreign Legion, where you're like, did what we do any good? Like, did I necessarily risk my life for something positive?
Yeah.
Like, overwhelmingly positive. Here, I love this community. I want my kids to grow up here and grow up safe. I used to tell my guys on patrol, you'll see on that coin I gave you, it says, be a shark so others may live, right?
Yeah.
It is hard to commit crimes when you're looking over your shoulder all the time.
Yeah.
So in this community, when you're out there and you're on the street and you're on patrol, I want you to be a goddamn shark.
Yeah.
I want bad people, felons, bad people that are out to victimize other citizens to be afraid of you.
Yeah, you should.
Like,
That's
I
how it
want
should
them
be.
to come.
You need wolves to fucking kill wolves.
I want them to be.
It has to be like that.
I want them to be nervous to commit crimes in our community because it's hard to commit other crimes when you're nervous about getting caught.
Yeah.
Right? So that part of it's a lot of fun. So when you switch on, it's like, all right.
Yeah, and also, you want guys to be like, bro, these guys don't fuck around here.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to smash you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to come hard. It's like important. Fear's important.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. For
that is the community that I want to live in, right?
Yeah.
Because I live my life on the right side of the law. So, and I want my kids to be safe and all of the shit. So I'm like, I want a police force that fucking smashes people.
Dude, I had a mentor. He was a French Foreign Legionnaire, Israeli Special Force guy. He's from Turkey. Dude, this guy was 65, owned a private military organization. I won't say the name, but he's got tattoos. He's Turkish
fuck yeah.
Fucking amazing. I met him at a country club, dude, and I was introduced to him by one of my mentors in San Diego. Guy's a savage. And he said something to me, man. He was smoking a cigarette, and we're in his back fucking yard, and he's talking to me about, that possibly getting on his team or whatever. And he goes, first of all, he said, racism has no place here. which I fucking loved.
Okay.
He said, this is business.
Yeah.
Like, racism has no place here. This is professional. He goes, never cheat on your fucking wife.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude. He goes, because this shit creates problems, and I got to be around people that if you can't be honorable to somebody you gave an oth to. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And he said, maybe is no. If the answer is maybe, the answer is fucking no.
That's dead accurate.
No, he said a handful of things, man. But he said, I only hire people on physical deterrence. And I was like, damn. He goes, physical deterrence solves a lot of problems.
It does.
He goes, if people are afraid to engage, you don't have to engage, right? You don't have to be. He goes, if you already set a tone of like a police officer or someone, they're like, that guy's not a target.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to do things around here.
Man,
then you avoid problems.
Right.
The problem doesn't even happen because of the physical deterrence of the situation.
In our world, you use less force.
Yeah.
If you already have the reputation behind you that
you use less force. Well said. That's exactly it.
You use less because your willingness.
Yeah, because the willingness and the capability.
Yes.
Is already there. So you don't have to.
Everybody's like, fuck that.
Straight out of the art of war,
Yeah.
right? To win without fighting.
Win without fighting.
Is the ultimate goal. All of us want to fight a little bit, honestly, but when you take your ego out of it.
It's nice when you don't have to, because really, it's problematic.
Yeah.
And a lot of issues can arise. There's
Especially in today's society.
Yeah,
right,
dude.
Right.
You're not going to get sued.
There's the complexity of what could possibly happen is like the better answer is just to not engage.
Yes. It can damage you physically. I'm getting a little older. It could damage you physically, but it could also damage you at home.
Yeah, legally, financially. Like nowadays, it's like a whole fucking another ball wax.
Any one of the three of us, regardless of the truth to it, they would say, "Oh, they've had training." Right?
Yeah.
Your case, yes. And I was like,
some lawyer gets attached to it, bro. They should have known. They should have held back, and this and that. I ran into it in Idaho, actually, in Boise. I hit a guy in a bar on a training trip. I had to go to jail in Idaho, man.
Seriously?
Yeah, dude. I almost lost my security clearance. It was a whole fucking thing. I was on bail. I was on aggravated assault. Hit a guy one time in a bar. One guy spit on the chick I was with, and I hit him at one time in a bar. And my plea deal was 6+3.
What?
One punch in the face, dude.
Fuck.
Dead serious, because I was a Navy SEAL. I should have known better. It was on video, this and that.
What are you supposed
That
to
was
do?
in freaking Boise?
Yeah, man. But it ended up, I had a great attorney, John Cox. Love you, brother.
Yeah.
And but had to serve time, like weeks in jail at fucking Boise, Idaho.
No way.
As an active duty SEAL.
Active duty.
Active duty SEAL, bro. I had to go to Iraq on bail.
Dude, that's
serious.
sweet.
I went to. That's how cool.
I mean,
I will say that's how badass the Idaho. These guys are good old boys.
Yeah.
And when I had to go, I was in dress blues because I went in and they wouldn't put me in handcuffs. The fucking guys. They were
That's
fucking cool. They were like, nah, man, we're cool. And because they saw it was on video, man. They saw what happened and it was what it was. But I could have removed myself from the situation earlier. Right. That was the truth of the situation. I felt it happening, and I just was like, fuck it, I'll just...
I'll let this...
I'll let it slide and see what happens.
You know?
And so I could have removed myself, didn't. And I was situationally not aware, right? I was too intoxicated, so I didn't have the control I should have had.
Yeah.
There's a few things. And so I actually was not a victim in the situation. I could have removed it, but it was absolutely something that created a massive financial issue. Sued, all these different things.
Fuck,
$500,000. I got sued. It was a fucking whole thing, man. And it's massive levels of stress. Why? Because I just engaging, right? I really didn't have to. It wasn't a threat to my fucking safety, and I could have mitigated it before it even happened. So that was part of my story. That was a massive part of my story, which was like, it was a catalyst for things, but. Yeah, man. It was
what an amazing perspective and life lesson, though. Truly.
Oh, it saved me. It saved me now because, dude, I know now. I was like, I'll never do that again. Dead serious. I never will do that again. Like close. It was one close fist punch, and I go, dude, it changed your whole life. I almost lost my career over that.
This is why I like training in jiu-jitsu, because I think I think my initial reaction would be to grab someone, put them on the ground.
Yeah, and just
submit.
Yeah, submit them. And you're not going to go to jail for that.
I would hope, right?
I always tell people, they go, "What would you change?" And I go, I'll slap the shit out of somebody.
And maybe that's it.
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious.
Maybe that's
I'm dead serious. That got so wired into me. I'll slap the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. It's more insulting anyway.
It's better.
But honestly, if dude spits on my wife, like
it's bad, dude. It's bad.
I think I'll lose my emotional control.
It was one of those things. You just It was what it was, but you know, I look back at it and I go, you know, not engaging is always a better situation. But
it's hard to do.
Listen, I can 100% agree.
Not engaging in the sense that I could have removed my sister
beforehand.
Yes.
Okay.
Shouldn't have happened because I felt it all building.
I don't go to bar. I'd never go to bars.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with your perspective on being not a victim, learning how you could have removed yourself, how you could have changed it. And at the very same time, I can say that I think a lot that's wrong with our society today is not enough people get punched in the face.
Good point.
Yeah, and I will say it was my lawyer was like, I'd never seen anybody get served papers that fast. Like served papers leaving the jail. He goes, that was pretty impressive, man. He goes, this dude was waiting, taking selfies of himself.
He knew who you were.
Yeah,
he's like,
taking selfies
I'm gonna get some money on this shit.
No, it ended up working out really well for me, and so I was grateful. It all kind of got, you know, but it was a lot of ass pain, man.
Yeah, but as a coach, dude, what an awesome experience to be able to pass on to people and say, hey, man, I've been there. You know what I mean?
And I tell people don't put themselves in bad situations they can't control. That's a lot of what I can do.
That's probably the best advice you can give out of that.
Yeah, and I say, dude, because you can't control what somebody else does, but you can't control where you are.
And you control how you respond to it.
Yeah.
But fuck, I lose my emotional control sometimes.
Yeah, but,
I'll be honest, dude. I like
no
smashing.
virtues learned at 2 a.m. at a bar.
No, you're right. I'm in bed at 8 o'clock, so I don't have to fucking worry about that. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a good morning process.
All right, I'm gonna get up early tomorrow. Fuck.
Yeah, get it, fucker. Yeah, I was a bouncer for 6 years, so I was like all through college. I was a bouncer.
Bro, when you walked up, I was like, damn, dude, Seth's fucking big, dude.
I got the face.
You're a big motherfucker too. You got height and size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fucking you.
Yeah, but you walked up, and you know, it's hard to tell people's height on camera.
Yeah.
And people always think I look shorter on camera too.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, and so I'm like, you know, but you know, and then you walked up, I was like, man, this dude's got fucking height and size.
But I was a small bouncer. I was like 185 at the time. This was back early 2000. Training mixed martial arts all the time. We had the big, so the deterrent you talked about earlier. We always had the pillars at the door.
Big dudes.
The 300-pound football players.
Yeah.
They don't fuck. Nobody fucks with them.
Yeah.
Right? But nobody sees me because I'm 185.
Yeah.
So I'll choke a motherfucker out really quick.
Yeah.
Drag him to the front door, throw him out front, and be like, you got this, boys.
Yeah.
That's the skill. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But
you got to have the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, exactly. But fuck the emotion. I've been getting caught up lately. I've had a couple incidents lately with people in town. Like, I won't use any names, of course, but you know, the fucking dude who's slick back hair, the fucking gold shit. He was talking shit because I made a listing video recently about a waterfront lot, and I have this camouflage blazer. It's fucking ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous.
It was $2 at Goodwill.
It's stupid. And I wore that shit in the video, and this guy gets on there, and he's like a coach up here, right? And, you know, worth a lot of money, whatever. And he's like, I would never trust a realtor that wore a blazer like that.
I would trust one more.
Right? And, you know, I didn't know if he was joking at first. I had a million great comebacks after the fact, but whatever. And I was like, fuck, man. He like elicited an emotional response from me.
Yeah.
Like, I want to fight this motherfucker, right? And I gotta fucking rein it in. But that fucking blazer, dude, like I've worn it to 2 galas, like law enforcement fundraisers. This sounds gay, but I've had multiple dudes buy me drinks because of that blazer.
No, it's good, man. I would too, man.
It's like cheap ass piece of shit from China.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious.
You just gotta have the balls to wear it.
You gotta have balls to wear it.
That's
stupid as fuck.
I'm super grateful for my life experiences that put me in a position where I just don't give a shit about any of that.
Yeah.
I never look at somebody and be like, man, that's a really nice watch. That dude must be really successful.
I
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
What kind of clothes you wear or the car you drive. Truly. Like, to me, at this stage of life, man, it's about content and character.
Yeah.
Not only that's all I get to know you.
Do you struggle with that as you grow more popular, right? Like, maintaining the fucking ego.
Oh, yeah, man. I think it's all, but now, dude, I feel like I'm maybe with little age. I'm almost 40. I turn 40 next month.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't really care. Like, I know what makes me happy. Yeah. I don't like a lot of shit. I like a couple nice things. That's like how I work. We got a couple nice cars and stuff. But I'm like, dude, I wear the same 5 shirts and fucking same shirt. I'm like the same. Dude, I have my closet's like this wide, you know. And but I feel good, and I'm actually glad about the Legion taught me very simplistic. Like, I have my flow. I know what's important to me, and it's like the big things. I want my family good. I want my daughter good. My chick good. You know, the family fucking solid. Yep. You know, but all the rest of it, dude. I just battle rhythm. I'm just all about fucking training, dude. Training, business, family. fade.
Dude,
it's about it, dude. It's fucking it, dude. Anything else is noise.
What else matters?
Yeah,
right?
anything else is noise.
Yeah.
Well, battle rhythm, I'm going to take that away
like
from this
that.
conversation. I do, because I had a conversation with my son. He's 15 years old. He's a freshman in high school. And I was explaining to him the other day, man, hey, you have a really wide lane, right? Like, sorry, but your dad was a cop and your mom's a ER nurse. Like, we're going to pay attention. We kind of know what's going on in the city or what's going on in the street, whatever. As long as you stay within this lane, dude, you're good to go. Mm-hmm. But if I see you bump outside of it, those are minor course corrections. Yeah. Minor. And you have a really wide lane.
Yeah.
Minor course corrections. But I'm not going to let you get way out here where it takes this huge deviation.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about battle rhythm, I was like, fuck, all right, that applies to me too, right? Like, because if you're going by your own battle rhythm, it should be mission-centered, right?
Yeah, mission-centered.
So each decision that you make, you can still have a hell of a lot of fun. It's not 100%. Like you're sacrificing fun.
Yeah.
Like we can drink on a podcast. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you can still keep it mission-centric.
Yeah.
That makes some sense to me.
Yeah, if it's fucking up your daily flow or your cheat, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Right? If it's fucking up your mission, something's wrong. Something's a little off. And we all veer off, and it's like, but... You know, it's easy to pull back, but if things start to get unclear and you're losing clarity, well, there you go. Conscious is your guideline.
But I don't know if you would have known that if you hadn't gone through it, because dude,
you can't. That's why you can't save somebody from their own lessons, right? They have to learn them.
Yeah, you went down a road, and this is what I'm hearing as I open my paraphrase and taking words out of your mouth, but you got off the teams, you got out, you went down a path that you didn't like, and you were like, this is a major course correction. I'm going to the French Foreign Legion.
I had to make a major course correction.
Right? Yeah, I'm going to recalibrate.
Yeah, that was a hard recalibration. Yeah,
right.
I had to.
But that's the type of personality you are. It's like, this is going to take a big...
Yeah, and I'd never want to do that again. I was like, I'm never recalibrating. I don't have it in me. I was like, bro, I'm too tired, bro.
But that's sick, dude.
But I bet you would if you had to, right?
I would if I had to. I just never want to do that again. And so I'll just do everything in my power to just keep shit fucking
I think that is a skill, and I think it's important. I had a recalibration when I was 21. I was kind of going. I was going to college, but I grew up in upstate New York.
Okay.
And I'm hanging out with the same dudes I hung out in high school. We're drinking 40s every night, smoking weed, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
like, I knew it. For months, I was like journaling. I'm like, fucking stop.
Yeah, you're 20. Yeah, you're like, this is not.
This is dumb.
Yeah.
So I got in my car. I had $500. A buddy came with me, and we drove from upstate New York to California.
Whoa, that's a power move.
Yeah, and I fucking removed myself from that situation entirely.
Yeah. I did one to from San Diego to Boston.
Fuck, I lived in Boston for a little bit.
I'm from Boston. I was born in Gloucester, so my family's from that area, and I was in the wrong shit, and I was like, dude, I got to get out of here, literally. And I had this moment of clarity. It was October 11, 2004. I remember it specifically to the day.
I was in Boston. I lived in Boston in 2004.
Bro, we were there. Yeah, we were there at the same time, bro. I flew in, dude. Red Sox won the World Series the night I flew in.
You guys might have fought in a bar.
Yeah, dude. We probably fought, dude. I probably saw you downtown. And that was a recalibration. 2 years I lived in a basement, trained Muay Thai, and fucking went to school.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I had to completely remove myself.
I was living in Winthrop, which is a little island right outside of Boston.
Yeah.
And I followed a girl out there, not my wife, another girl, a whore. And and fucking I was doing construction and training jiu-jitsu on the side. But
I was training down in Dorchester, so I was down in Dorchester at the Boston Muay Thai Academy, bro.
I love the Boston
fucking
I
head
love the culture, dude, because you get some Southies and they're like the fucking accent, the whole deal, and you're like, you fucking hilarious.
I prefer Boston over New York for sure.
Oh,
Boston is awesome.
So where I grew up in New York, it was like straight up farm country.
Yeah, upstate New York's a different. That's a different.
Beautiful. Yeah, cool spot.
I think in Boston, I'm still banned from the USS Constitution Inn. I got a lifetime ban when I stayed there.
The fuck you?
I went there in my whites because we were part of like a parade detail to go do the South Boston / St. Patty's Day parade. It got out of control. Okay, we did the parade, and then we went out. We ended up with a like a bridal, whatever you call that, like a bachelorette party. Getting dropped off by a limo. Shit got crazy. A guy of my size and stature may or may not have peed on their fake plant in the lobby.
Wow.
So I was matching my description.
Yes,
allegedly.
I have a very particular stance when I'm urinating, and I'm very short and hobbit-like. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it was me. So yeah, I'm still banned from the USS Constitution Inn.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, it was good times.
It's a cool city.
Yeah. Boston's awesome.
Yeah, bro, it's been fucking. Honestly, man, it's been a fucking good flow up here, dude. So I appreciate you because I'm gonna be embedded in the community now, man. It's been a cool path, and it feels right, and I'm looking forward to kind of just my daughter having her whole path here, and
dude, what a
family.
Great,
we'll have a lot of synergy on stuff, man, and dude, we got people we'll connect you with too that are moving up here. And seriously, dude, like my mom and other people that are already kind of like, oh, what's going down up there? I'm like, well, and so we'll know who to connect.
How old's your daughter?
Baby, 7 months.
Baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just brand new.
Very cool.
Yeah, she had a little fever the other day, first one.
Yeah.
She never been sick, so she was running. She was never. She was crying today. She's never a crybaby, and so but she's getting better, man. And so it's
scary when the first few times.
Yeah, I was like, I felt so bad last night. It's like I have this whole like side of giving a shit that I didn't know I had.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'm pretty hardcore, bro, and I was just like, she was crying last night. I'm like, oh man, what's that thing in here? She's like, that's your heart, dude.
Yeah.
That's you carrying. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, fucking felt terrible.
Wait till you see your first Hallmark commercial.
Yeah,
bro. That's
fuck,
fuck
bro.
You
I was
up.
like,
Opens
feeling
up a whole new
terrible.
world.
Dude, I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
My daughter's 14, and she's got this boy that she likes in town.
Yeah.
And like, wait till you have to deal with that shit.
Yeah, man. I'm like,
I haven't met him yet, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, but kids these days, I'm like, bro, you better shake my hand. You better walk in the house.
Eye contact.
Yeah, eye contact. It's none of this like honk the horn bullshit or
right.
texting outside.
Or,
dude. That ain't going down.
How about sup, bro? Like you're talking to a grown adult. How
Yeah.
about you look them in the eyes and you shake their hand?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I remember walking into girls' houses in high school. Like, I don't fucking wait outside. I don't know. I remember doing that, man.
And meeting parents and shaking their hand.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you
had to, man.
Yes.
I remember my girlfriend in high school. Her dad was like a MD, PhD, and he was tough.
Yeah.
And I remember walking and I had to every day go talk and shake his hand and talk to him like a man, man. It was important.
Yes.
It is important. Yeah. So that's fucking shit I'm down to deal with.
Those are life lessons I'm concerned young men are missing right now.
It's this, dude.
I know.
They just that interpersonal connection is it's just being lost, man. And so that's why it's important that maybe if he's not getting that lesson, you give it to him.
Yeah.
Right.
That's honestly, it's like, hey, dude, when you walk in here, bro, shake my hand.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, because that's learning, man.
Yes.
It's like he might not be. Where else would he learn it?
Right.
It kind of makes sense. It's like, what? He's not going to learn that necessarily from at his house.
Well,
he's going to learn that from an interaction with his girlfriend's dad. It's like, oh shit, I got to like kind of level up.
In fairness, back in the day, if you wanted to call a girl, you had to call the house.
Yeah, man.
And usually it was dad answered. So it was like, hey, sir, how you doing? This is blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
Is she home? Can I talk?
Yeah, that's
terrible.
a good point.
Right? And it was terrifying back
Yeah.
then. But now they don't have that at all. They snap them, right?
Yeah.
Which most parents don't have any freaking clue.
Yeah.
By the way, I know what the hell that is for anybody who wants to date. My daughters are 4 and 7. Just stand the F by. I know about the apps, bro. I've searched them all.
But
multiple warrants. I know what all that shit means. Okay? If I see the purple gourd on anything in their communications, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah.
But
it's a hard world now with all this bullshit you got. Like parenting now sucks, dude, because you're like
it's complex.
It's complex, man. I don't know how to deal with the screen time shit. There's no manual for it. What do you do?
Dude, I'll tell you what. I saw Jason Momoa, of all people. He was doing an interview. He's got a movie thing coming out. I was in Hawaii. He was filming that Chief of War thing.
Yeah.
I used to live in Hawaii. It's my fucking heart, dude.
Where?
Big Island, Hilo,
No
Pahoa. That's actually where I had my moment of clarity, dude. I was living out there. But, dude, he goes, they were asking him about his kids' phones. And he goes, dude, my kid's 18. He's 17, never owned a cell phone. And I was like, damn.
When people like that,
I'm like, I don't know if I could go that hard line because I'm like, I gotta be able to get a hold of her and shit. Dude.
That's
like,
what got us.
It's like, dude,
sports.
and I'm like, and I'm not weird. I'm like, she gotta have some fucking connectivity. I'm like, but it's such a hard line, man.
The kids that don't have phones, they find other ways.
Yeah.
Like my daughter has some friends that are
they're gonna have access.
They get an iPad or a watch
man.
or whatever.
They're so smart,
They're
dude.
fucking
Yeah.
figuring it out. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Social media for sure. Like my daughter hasn't. She's just being allowed a couple of things.
Yeah.
Not like she's not about to have a public anything. Nobody can spot her. Like,
smart.
Yeah. So no Instagram, no Facebook currently. But my son's 17. He has all of that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a almost grown man. He's almost 18,
it's like,
dude.
how do you? Yeah,
I mean, if he's almost old enough, the government would give him a gun and send him to war. It's like, you know.
Well, the state of Washington would let him make his own decisions 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Good point.
But
So
I heard somebody explain it once, which made some sense to me, and it resonated. It said, when you're ready for your kids to stop being kids, give them a smartphone.
Yeah, that's
powerful.
powerful.
And dude, my son's 15. And we
Accurate.
probably gave him, and man, he was good to go. Everything was good. So it's like 12 or 13. We starts getting pressured. He's the only kid that doesn't have one, and we sort of caved a little bit.
Yeah.
If I could go back, I would wait till he was a freshman. to give me a little bit more time to talk to them about apps, to talk to them about influence, because what you're essentially doing is taking their sphere of influence. When we grew up, our sphere of influence was like small, 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as you give it to them, it's 120,000, if not millions.
Millions.
And people that don't know them don't care about them.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's the new normal. So I agree with you. They're gonna get there. Friends are gonna show.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out.
Burner phones, like
they're gonna go. They're gonna go. Yeah,
I'd rather know what they're doing.
Yeah, at least have some fucking oversight.
Yeah, is there a part of you, the guys, that craves like the fucking power grid going down?
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, it would kill our business, all of us. We do, but at the same time, it simplifies things. Okay, my goal now is to survive.
Yeah, it's a total different game changer. Most people don't have the skills, man.
Right. Oh no. Yeah, and I feel like in North Idaho we are very unique in the type of people that live.
Oh, bro, this is like probably the safest place to be.
It 100% is. There's 22,000 veterans that live in North Idaho. Yeah. I don't know how many fucking cops. Probably the same amount.
Yeah,
and just
more,
people like Carrie Kanoki, who we had on the podcast. She lives in North Idaho. She was on Alone. What season? Season 9.
Yeah, season 9.
She was like the runner-up.
Yeah,
she's older gal. She's badass, dude.
Yeah,
like
totally she gets it out in the wilderness.
Everything about survival. And I was
she's like, don't eat that.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm like, that's the type of person that lives up here. I was like, Carrie, like, can you be on our team?
Yeah.
This shit gets weird. Like,
that's funny you said that.
Shoot, yeah.
We talked to her about that. We're like, so you teach people what to eat? She's like, no. First, I tell them what not to eat. Exactly. Because she goes, that's only like 5%.
Yeah.
So if you know those, you can kind of sort of eat the rest. You just get nothing nutritional. So I teach them what not to.
That's smart.
It was valid.
It is, and I feel like with the people that we have up here, either we're a fucking target for Russia, like they'll just nuke the fuck out of us immediately, which whatever, or we're the last survivors in the fucking U.S.
Yeah, dude, I like it. It's just a cool sliver, man, and it's like I'm so happy how destiny and thing has kind of played out for me, and it's like I feel so good about the situation. It's very few times can you make a decision and you know it's right immediately.
It hits you in the soul up here. That's what got me.
It hit me today.
Yeah.
It hit me today on the drive here.
That's cool.
Dead serious,
That's
bro.
cool.
I fucking got the chills saying it. It hit me on the ride here. I was like, because I was damn sure, but then it hit me.
Yep.
For real. So I appreciate you guys kind of having me out and doing the damn thing, dude.
Yeah. That's probably a good time to wrap it up. We've gone a little longer than we normally do.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor. And we'll do it again, dude. Like,
yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be
up here, bro.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna be up here clanging and banging.
I am very excited to go do some shooting, fuck around, whatever, jujitsu, whatever you guys want to do. Like,
I dig it.
Shit.
But it's cool as shit. One of the first things you said was, I want to contribute to this community.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's badass. Because
100%, man. I want to get involved and, like, kind of, be involved in fucking being,
that's what we
knowing
love.
people, too, meeting people out here,
that's
too.
What we love.
It's a growing city with a small town mentality.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
You want to keep that, where neighbors talk to each other and they look out for each other. Hey, bro, I'm going out of town for the week. Can you watch my shit?
Yeah.
Like, that's what
and it's watched.
Yes, exactly.
100%.
It's really watched.
100%.
Unless they know you got a good stash of whiskey, then it might be tapped into. We'll see. No.
Damn, we damn near killed a bottle of Blanton's today.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Fuck yeah. Ivan gave me that, so that's cool.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks,
man. Taylor Cavanaugh, thank you, brother.
I appreciate
you
guys.
An absolute fucking pleasure.
Cheers, man. Thank you. A pleasure doing business with you, too, man. We'll seal this deal, too.
Easy deal. You've been the easiest client ever, bro.
Yeah, man.
Just fucking get her done.
Dude, I heard somebody say, always be the client you've always wanted.
Yeah.
Fuck, genius. I'm gonna steal that.
A lot of people that could hear that.
Straight up, man. It's the truth.
Absolutely.
Respect.
Thank you, brother. We'll catch you guys next time.
Out here.